It looks like we're live.
We are live.
And we're live.
Hello.
Hello. Bonjour.
Hope you can
From Connecticut.
Hope you can hear us. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We're in the living room today.
We are. We want it to be like
a little cash.
And chill and comfortable. So we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you see us looking past you, that's because we also have the chat up on the TV screen, so we could pay attention to that.
Right. And although we have the big computer, we moved the big computer in here. Hello, the Crafting Gamer.
Hello.
Can you hear us okay? Hi from Florida. Hello, Florida.
Oh, hi, friend.
Oh, it's Vincent.
Vincent.
I lost my train of thought. So yeah, so we're very chill. Good sound. Okay, great. Orlando, another Florida person. California, hearing us perfectly.
Hello,
lovely.
Pam. Look, we're showing some light today too.
I know. I'm so happy to be here live. This is Michael. Yeah, we'll go through some of the chitter chatter and the introductions and stuff a little bit, but somebody's from Bridgeport.
Hello from Bridgeport.
Naomi.
Yes.
Hi, Naomi. What's up, neighbor? So this usually our lives last about an hour 20. This one's probably going to be a very long. We're going to consider this like an episode, but we have so much to share. And thank you all for joining us last minute. This was kind of like a last minute decision.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. My mom had stopped over this morning, and we were chatting and talking about when we're gonna do it, and then we were just like, oh, yeah, let's just do it live.
Yeah, there's just so much to cover over the last 2 weeks. So we just thought it'd be fun to sit down and chat with you guys. It's going to be disjointed. We're going to be all over the place.
We are.
So I think we'll just jump in with some admin-y stuff. And the first thing that I need to clear up is I completely misspoke during the last episode.
Yeah.
During the last episode, I said that Brooklyn Tweed Dapple was discontinued. It is not. What I believe I misunderstood was this colorway may have been discontinued, and that's why
it was on sale.
So Brooklyn Tweed Dapple is available. You can still purchase it.
Yeah. And it's lovely.
It is lovely.
It's soft.
I'm actually going to buy some now because of this.
Oh, I thought you were getting up to literally go buy some now.
No, I just wanted to be a little more comfy.
Yeah.
So Brooklyn Tweed Dapple still available. They reached out kind of on the last episode to I am just out here spreading lies.
Yeah.
So to let us know that it was available. So
right. Somebody had asked to turn on captions, please. We don't have any control over that. We do click the button that says to include captions. It's just whatever happens in the background for YouTube.
I think what happens when you select captions is it does it after the fact. And obviously with captions, they're not always correct.
Right.
Oh, Hope. Hello.
Okay.
All right. So that was one admin-y thing.
Yeah, that was a big one. So Dapple is still available. It has not gone away. It is a lovely, lovely base. It was a pleasure to knit with. And so please go out and get yourself some Dapple.
Yes.
We already apologized to Brooklyn Tweed. We feel
that's me.
Very bad about it.
I make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. We're all human.
So what else? So
hello from Montreal.
Hello from Montreal.
Hello. Oh, Caroline. Hello, friend.
Is this Caroline, the poutine queen?
Poutine queen.
I think so.
It might be.
Hi, friend. And another thing, we have our spring cleaning Mal, which is wrapping up at the end of this month. So
this might be our last podcast before
it's over.
Before it's over.
Yeah. Yes,
it's you.
Poutine queen.
It's me. Hi.
Caroline was lovely to meet at Knit City.
We got a really cool picture with her.
Yeah, we got a picture with her. And she gave us some goodies. So that's
and
really
wait till you see.
Hi, Leslie from
Melted
Milford.
My heart.
What else? So spring cleaning Mal's wrapping up.
Hello, Copenhagen.
Next thing is, so this was very hard for us. In the previous episode, we said, we forgot to create a logo for Let's Hear It for the Boys.
And on a whim, we just put it out there to all of you and said, hey, if anybody is interested in trying to create a logo for Let's Hear It for the Boys, email us. And we've got a few amazing
emails.
Amazing emails.
And I said to Ray, like, is there a way we can use them all? And I just don't know if that's feasible. So we settled on one. I love them all.
We still may use them all.
Yes. So
And
here's the logo for Let's Hear It for the Boy Mal
first-
2023. Wait,
it is so good.
Ray,
So I'm wearing my Radari. And Kevin's wearing his John sweater. You all honestly,
like
every time we got an email, it almost brought tears to our eyes. The thought and just the fact that you all put time into doing something like that, and it really was so amazing. So I'm getting goosebumps.
And somebody asked if we can explain Let's Hear It for the Boys. So it's kind of a mal to celebrate knitting for the guys in your life, because as male knitters, we've talked about this a lot, is that it can be really hard for us to find patterns that are suited or that picture a guy wearing it.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of unisex patterns out there.
Oh, for sure.
But they're not typically pictured with men wearing them or somebody who identifies as male. So we really wanted to spend some time and highlight those patterns. And we hope that by having this channel that we highlight some patterns that maybe you may knit for a male identifying person in your life. So that's kind of the concept behind that now. And we've never had like a logo. We've never had anything for it. It's just been a lot of fun. But we thought it would be fun to have something. So what our hopes are maybe to get some like stickers or like tote bags with that.
I think tote bags would be really, really cool.
I love the idea of a tote bag. So hopefully we can get those. We have to find somebody to make them and print them. And then hopefully we will have those.
Yes.
And that will start sometime in June. I don't remember when we typically start.
I think we usually do June 1st, or no, maybe it corresponds with the first day of summer.
Or it was Father's Day. One of those.
Maybe. But maybe we start June 1st. And if you want to do something for Father's Day, you can get a smaller project done pretty quick.
There we go. It starts June 1st.
Let's
hear it for the boys. We used to be like a male designer, male dyer, that type of thing. Any of it's all welcome. We just want you guys to try to find projects for the dudes in your life.
That's right.
So that's that. And that is the logo. We'll say winner, but they're all winners. And we'd like to send all of them a prize. So we're going to reach out to everybody separately so we can do that. Because that was it. We were like, we'll send you a prize. And
we didn't do any like correspondence or email
while we
were away. I don't know if you all caught, but we were away. We went to Montreal. And it was an adventure in so many different ways. So anyway, we were going to talk your ear off about our trip.
We will.
But this is a combination episode too. So we're trying to, we'll see what happens. Who the hell knows?
Hi, Angel.
Oh, hi, Angel.
So one thing that's really fun that happened while we were away is our niece and nephew were born. They were born a week ago today.
Yes.
Their names are Eloise and Roman, and they very luckily get to come home today.
Yes, so they get to come home today. They were a week in the newborn ICU, just because as twins, sometimes they have to stay a little bit of extra time. They needed to gain some weight. They both passed their their car seat tests, and they'll be coming home. So
so that's exciting.
Yeah, we're all very, very excited. We haven't met them yet.
We have not.
No.
Because we got home late Thursday evening. So
was it Thursday? Yes, it was Thursday.
Should we just jump into knitting?
Sure.
Okay. So I have one FO and 2 whips.
I have one FO and 2 whips as well.
All right.
Oh, I have a hoe as well. Oh, I didn't bring the blocker.
That's okay.
Do you want to start and then I'll grab
mine's super simple. This is my...
Oh, I probably shouldn't put that down next to the
oh my gosh, why can't I think? My hat chat. So this is a pattern by Brooklyn Tweed, who I lied about. And this is in the Arbor base by Brooklyn Tweed, which I love. I gush about this hat. It's one of my favorites. It is a DK weight hat. It's one size with either the beanie or the watch cap style. and it has 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 different types of ribbing in it. This is the colorway Heron, and it's just literally my favorite hat.
It looks so good on you. That color is fantastic.
The yarn has so much to do with it. Where is the yarn? Maybe in here. So this was my knitting bag for Montreal. This
These
is
bags,
my bag by Matterroot that we got when we were
in Maryland.
Maryland, yes. Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Yeah, and the cool thing about those bags, so we talk about our little Delicue, I forgot the name of it. Do you remember?
Our messenger bag, our Delicue messenger
The
bag.
little ones that go around our chest. We just clipped the bag right on the side, and we had our knitting right there. It was really cool. You may have seen him in action at Knit City.
So the pattern calls for 2 skeins. This is what I have left of skein number 2. Again, this is Arbor, and it is DK weight
from Ireland, my homeland.
And this is just 100% American Targhee wool. It's beautiful. It's a really nice ply, spun very tightly, so it's very bouncy, and it changes so much once you block it that I think this would be a beautiful DK weight sweater.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like one day that might be on my list, but beautiful, beautiful yarn. So that's my one and only FO.
Excellent. My FO is this guy. It's the Friday
Summer Tank.
Friday Summer Tank
by Jam Pearl on
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, PURL on Insta.
Yeah. Maybe I should be
prepared. We're never prepared. Hello from Melbourne. Hi, Maria.
Hello. It obviously doesn't look like it does on him, but this is the Summer Friday Tank. Oh, you can see a lot of the reflection there. Sorry about that. By Pearl Jam, also known as Kevin Haggerty.
I was going to say, is his name Kevin?
Yep. I knit the 4th size. I did go down a needle size because when I swatched, I thought the fabric was a little bit too loose, like too airy. Okay. And but I kind of wish I had gone with it because I didn't realize that this yarn definitely blooms quite a bit. And it is knit out of Dapple.
Which is not discontinued.
However, this colorway is. So this is, I don't have to show you the yarn. You can see it on the thing. It's called Blueprint.
Wait, that's not discontinued.
Blueprint's not discontinued?
No.
Excellent. So we're fucking up we're messing up left and right. Sorry.
I actually just went to the website and I saw that Blueprint was still there.
You did?
So I wonder why it was on sale.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyway, we don't know what we're talking about. So just go shopping. If it's there, get it. If not, no big deal. This is my first tank top that I ever knit. It is, I think I have 50 grams left over.
You bought 4, did you? Right?
I did. So I used probably about 150 grams total. I probably could have made it a little bit longer.
And really I don't know if you can see. So one of the concerns that Ray had, you can see right here.
Oh, yeah.
One of the concerns is that
I love this detail.
No, I was going to talk about the lots.
I know. I'm going to talk about that too. And then you can see, so there was no lot numbers. We tried to match them up as much as possible, to look at them while they were skeined up to see if the colors would match. But you can see here where I changed my yarn. I didn't do helical knitting. I didn't want to do helical knitting, but it actually looks kind of cool. It looks like a design element. Oh, it's so hard to stand up. It looks like a design element a little bit.
I think it looks good. I think it looks intentional.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It was completely intentional.
Yeah.
But here you can see there's a little bit of a blip here. I tried a new method because I didn't know if I could spit felt this together because of the cotton. Listen, knitting posse, don't start.
That's got to be Kate. Hi, Kate.
So I went to go try this new method where you're holding both of the strands of yarn, the old strand and the new strand, and you're knitting with one loop from one from another, and you're alternating that.
Oh.
For some reason, I couldn't figure it out, and I lost the video on Instagram. It was something I'd seen on Instagram. So then I decided, okay, well, I could just knit them both together because I've seen people do that before. But it does create that like little bit of bulk.
It does
there,
absolutely,
and it kind of screwed up my stitches. So anyway, I ended up doing a magic knot the next time I had to put it in, and it was completely fine because it ended up joining like underneath here or something like that.
All right, so
that's that. It's so I washed it yesterday.
I know,
and I just laid it flat to dry. I didn't pin it. I don't know.
No,
It's
I think it
very
looks
comfortable.
great. It's super. The fabric it makes is nice. It's like, you know, cotton. You can tell that there's cotton content in it, but it's not as rough as cotton can be sometimes.
Right. The breakdown is 60% merino and 40% organic cotton. Is how it's broken down, and yeah, it's lovely. I can't say enough about it. I've loved this pattern so much.
It's actually Kim, and Kim said, "Wait till Vincent meets her because Kate will no longer be the favorite." Love it.
So that's that. That's my finished object. It's cool, and I like somebody had had said, once I'm done with this, I could probably wear it over a shirt as kind of like a sweater vest type of thing. And I'm going to actually wear it under a short sleeve button down. So I'll probably put that on soon just because it's not really 80 degrees here.
No, it's actually quite nice today.
It is. It's 74, which is fine. But anyway, that's that. That's the Friday summer tank.
Okay.
And I highly, highly recommend the pattern. It was super easy. You start with the back, and then you put the back stitches on hold about here, and then you knit the front, and then I think somehow you pick up the shoulders, and then you end up joining in the round and then knitting.
Did you do a 3-needle bind off for the shoulders, or did you just pick it up?
You just pick up those stitches and you knit into them.
Okay.
And you do some short rows back and forth.
Back
and forth.
And
6 to 10.
So before we get into whips, why don't we talk a little bit about our trip?
Okay.
We'll kind of sprinkle some stuff in.
So picture it.
Sicily. So let's see. So if you don't know, we went to Knit City, Montreal, which was last weekend. It was last Saturday.
Yeah.
We decided to make an extended vacation out of it. Mm-hmm. So our plans were to arrive on Thursday and to leave on Thursday.
Right.
So we drove. The drive was actually really beautiful.
The drive was gorgeous.
Like Route 8 and I think 89 and 90 through New York. Gorgeous drive, no traffic.
Nope.
Really beautiful.
It was all like country, like farms, and we saw cows and horses. It was really a pretty drive. We split up the drive.
Yeah, we split up the drive. Ray drove into the city, immediately getting in. He ran a red light because the traffic lights were sideways and confusing.
Guys, I broke the law in Canada. I hope we're waiting. We're waiting
for like so many tickets to come into the mail.
We might get some tickets by mail. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know what happened.
We shall see.
So in the US, our traffic lights are like this, like red, yellow, green. When we were in Canada, the first part, they were like this, and it had 2 red lights, a yellow light, and a green light.
Also there was their green lights blink. There's different. It was just different.
It was different.
And so as soon as we entered this, like we weren't even in downtown. Like we had just entered Montreal. Like got off. Once we crossed the border, there was a long road with like farms and stuff,
or interstate type of thing to get off of.
And so once we got into like civilization again, that's when everything. Like, I don't know what's happening. Kevin's like, you went through a red light. I'm like, I did. It was just it was pretty bad. So I'm not quite sure. We might get a ticket.
Who knows? So we got there Thursday and we rented an Airbnb in LaSalle with our friend Michael, who is Piece for Piece Crafting here on YouTube and on Instagram. If you don't follow him on YouTube, you should go over to his channel.
Yes, please.
Subscribe and watch. he is a dear friend, and he is funny, and we had just such a lovely time. I think kind of learning more about each other too. There was there were a bunch of different conversations that happened throughout the weekend, and it was just fantastic. So Michael was there, and his friend Pablo as well, who's just super sweet and kind. And so the four of us had a house together for the time that
sounds like a real world setup.
And then their friend Kiara is a dancer for the company, the ballet company in Montreal. And on Thursday night, they were putting on this show where a lot of preview, kind of like a preview, but a lot of the dances were choreographed by first-time choreographers.
Yeah.
So dancers up within the company. And they also had some pieces from some of their, are they shows?
I think it's Place des Arts. Place des Arts. I've been working on my French. You can kind of see it, but that's
Les Grands Ballets Canadiens.
Yes, I think that's the company. And then there was this like we Kevin and I were talking like we would never have known about something like that or done something like that. And I think that was so much fun, or one of the the most fun parts of this trip was that it was very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And so, we saw that show. It was really cool. Some of these people were
some beautiful
incredible
dances. There's one, and I'll have to ask Michael about it, like in a message. There was one, and it was a dance between these two guys, and one of them was the shadow of the other one.
Oh.
It was one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen, like breathtaking.
Yes.
And like seriously, so stunning of a dance that I want to see the rest of it, because it was just a small portion of that performance, and just beautifully done.
Yeah.
So we did that Thursday night, and we
ended up hanging out with Kiara.
Yeah, Kiara and some of the guy from the company, another dancer, and then some of their friends.
Can I just say his body?
Guys.
I mean, first of all, he was probably like 18, but like those young bodies.
I know, mine are all decrepit and falling apart.
I've got like jiggles and stuff, but like this dude, I don't know. Anyway, it was, So we went out, we had a drink. It was really neat. It was a cool. Hi, Felicia. So,
but I'm sorry. Before we go on, can you talk about your two tattoos? Because we get that question sometimes. So this one.
Sure.
It just popped up.
Okay. So during COVID, Superman was my favorite superhero. And I love the idea, during COVID, everybody standing strong and, nursing kind of being together and like, being those heroes. I hate to say that word, but during COVID, I really wanted to kind of memorialize, number one, being a nurse, number two, during that period. So it's RN for registered nurse in the superhero, or in, the Superman logo here. I will be honest, I probably want to close these off and have knitting behind it.
Oh, okay.
And then that to be like the border around the tattoo. When I had the tattoo artist draw this in my head, I wanted this to be like a EKG rhythm, cardiac rhythm. He took some artistic liberties. So this is really not a good rhythm at all. Like if your heart ever did this, you would not.
You call the doctor.
Yeah, you would be in a lot of trouble. So I do want to kind of fill that in, and I think something knitting would be really nice there. And then here, this is...
Stop trying to flex.
I didn't flex. Watch, this is flexing.
You know what? That's rude.
No, I'm just kidding. So I'm not flexing. Look how limp. It's the only time you'll see me. No, so this is Chinese for family. Both of my entire family has the same tattoo. So my brothers, myself, and my dad have it in the same spot. And then my mom has hers on her ankle.
Here's what I found.
I don't care. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Tender is the night. Jolly good. My name is Campion.
So let's see what else. So
let's see.
That was our Thursday, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Friday was fun. So Friday we got to go to Old Montreal with Pablo and Michael. We walked around and
we posted some pictures. We'll do a big photo dump on Instagram. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, it's Needles at the Ready Pod on Instagram. I'm Ray J Knits on Instagram, and then Kevin is Kevin.Michael on Instagram.
Kevin.Michael80.
Oh, beg your pardon. Kevin.Michael80. All of the information can be found in our show notes. We will do show notes, but they'll be after the fact. So just keep checking back.
Yeah, it'll probably be later tonight because we're gonna go out to eat after this.
Yeah.
So yeah, later on tonight we'll have the show notes down below because we did not prepare and type any up. Yeah. So Friday we went to Old Montreal, walked around, visited a bunch of shops. It was just really nice to be out in this city. What's really cool about Montreal, we haven't been for about 20 years, and it's so.
We were also we were a lot younger,
right?
And
but it's very pedestrian and bike friendly city, which is really cool to see, and not something here. Like we don't live in a city, ourselves.
The group of us in front of Notre Dame.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just really lovely. And then that evening we met up with Max and Vincent of Les Garçons, and we went to a microbrewery called Boswell's, which is on Montreal in the La Plateau area of Montreal. And
which was a beautiful area. We'll talk more about that in a little while, but and we just had some burgers and some drinks, and we sat and knit for a couple hours. And guys, like we literally sat there for 3 hours we all had our knitting. Kiara came, she brought her knitting as well, and we just sat there and talked and had some beers and just knit for like 3 hours. And next thing you know, it's like, okay, I'm like, is it time to go?
Are you buying the firehouse?
Oh yes. So
Ray decided he was going to buy.
That was the night that we found the place to live. Right?
Yeah.
So after that, we ended up, we weren't ready to say goodbye. I think we were all just like so excited. And especially when Max and Vincent came too, it was just like all of us together was 7 of us. Yeah. And they invited us back to their place. And we walked back. This was the Basilica.
Les Garçons. They put down an offer on their behalf. They put an offer on their behalf.
Good.
Thank you.
In Canadian dollars, you should have waited for American dollars. We could have gotten a really good deal.
I know.
Everything was on sale for 25%.
In Montreal, everything's 25% off if you're from the US. So that's how we approach the week.
That is. So that's when you see our purchases, just keep that in mind.
Yeah, it was 25% off.
Yeah. I have to say that I'm really happy with the portion sizes there. And that was a big difference for us. Like the burgers were probably a normal size, that's probably like a normal size burger, not like the burgers that we would get here in the US.
It wasn't a quadruple quarter pounder with 5 slices of cheese. They were normal sizes.
And it was absolutely delicious.
It was.
And they have some rules about how they cook their meats and stuff.
Yeah.
So usually I get my burger medium rare. So to have it cooked all the way through, I was a little bit nervous about, but it was so juicy and it was just delicious. It was a great job.
Yeah, it was a fantastic time. So that's kind of our Thursday and Friday. Yeah. Should we show some more? Let's do some more knitting now.
We had Prosecco.
Oh, we had a lot of Prosecco Friday night.
Don't say a lot of Prosecco. Don't make it seem like
we had 2 bottles worth of Prosecco Friday
between
night.
7 people. But
wait, we can't. So Friday night, we continued our night, and we got to see the Needles at the Ready and Les Garçons collab, and I may have gotten a little emotional because it's so
good.
It's so good.
It means so much to us, and it's so weird. It's weird for us when we go to these events too, and we see all of you, and we just feel like we're friends, but to have that, like, I don't know, the outpouring of love, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit too, but just, it was Kevin definitely cried.
There was one thing that was
You had to turn around.
There was one thing that was
You had to turn around.
Yeah, I had to turn around and not look because there was one piece of it when I saw it, and the thoughtfulness in this collaboration just kind of blew my mind. And yeah, it was just a really special moment for us.
Yeah. So at that point, Kevin's colorway was done. Mine was being worked on, and so it was really cool. We'll move away from that. So
yeah.
So Kevin and Vincent were kind of talking. We were in their studio. They were talking about dying and stuff. And then Max and the gang, we were all upstairs and looking at all of their yarn. I'm a little bummed that I didn't steal anything. I should have taken something. Pablo, myself, it's okay. We all were trying up. We were all trying on all their sample knits. So I got a chance to try on the different sweaters, and I found a couple of sweater patterns that I want to knit. But it was a special night, probably our favorite night of the entire time.
Hands down, one of my favorite nights.
Yeah. So boys, thank you very much. It was a lovely, lovely time.
All right, we're gonna change course and we're gonna talk about some whips.
Whoosh.
So I have one whip that I didn't make a lot of progress on.
Yeah.
It's living in my Tanny Casey bag that I also got at Maryland, which I love with the foxes. And I cast on my So Basic. I don't know where I was when I showed it last. I think I just cast on. So I'm knitting it out of the Holst Super Soft.
It's a beautiful
so I got the
color.
cone. This is Glacier. And I have done my back shaping, and I am starting the sleeve detail on this. So this yarn is beautiful, bloomed, right?
It's gorgeous.
So here's
gorgeous.
One swatch, my bookmark, as Michael called it. Right? Did Michael call it a bookmark? Yes.
Yeah, your bookmark.
And it just blooms really beautifully. It softens up quite a bit.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like knitting with twine. It can be a little rough on the hands, but I just love the color. I do have to take out my provisional cast on.
Oh, no.
And I have my little stitch marker that I got from, crud.
Oh, yeah.
My little mushroom one. I showed it on the last podcast. I also got this in Maryland.
Yeah,
so that's my little stitch marker. I don't think we got any pictures, Kim, in their house. And Kim also asked where we're going to eat. We're going to walk to a restaurant here.
Paradise Pizza.
Paradise Pizza. I used to work there. Actually, fun fact, that was my first job. I started there when I was 16. And we're going to walk there for dinner, and then we're going to walk back. So very little progress. I mentioned this last time. Now that we're home, this is only going to get 30 minutes a day on it to see what type of progress I can make.
Smart.
The goal is to have it ready for Rhinebeck. So I just want to, it's a fingering weight sweater. It's going to take a while, but I want to put a little time into it because that's what this was bought for, and it was just sitting in a closet.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful sweater. It's my favorite.
And it's in a beautiful bag.
And it's in a beautiful bag.
Yeah.
It's all beautiful. I finished this morning. I finished my hoe. This bad boy here.
I'm sorry. Michael said no pictures. NDAs were yes, we did sign
some NDAs.
We
Why
signed
did we
some
sign
NDAs.
some NDAs? Oh yeah, we had a lot of NDAs to sign.
We did.
So these are my vanilla socks knit with Kevin's yarn. It's our 80/20 base. It is, the colorway is
Frozen Grasshopper.
Frozen Grasshopper. So it's like a Frozen Grasshopper
the drink.
Coffee drink.
I have to dye up more because it's sold out.
Yep.
So
I did a 1x1 rib. I love the micro striping and the little bit of pooling that's happening here. I did the Dutch heel from the Alacrity socks by Earth Tones Girl, Denise over at Earth Tones Girl. I talked about this last time. I'll take it off the blockers and show you. But I really love how this square heel fits my foot. And Max and Vincent actually talked about this on their podcast, which is Happy Hour with Les Garçons, and they released that yesterday, so we watched it last night. And Vincent and Max were talking about heels, and Vincent's doing a Dutch heel as well, like a square heel. Max was talking about for his foot, the Afterthought heel fits better, and I think it's just important because, like, if you've not tried other heels and you're just settling for a sock that, a knitted sock that maybe fits your foot, or you're having trouble with a fit, try a different heel. You don't have to knit an entire sock. You could just do like a shorty and then, knit a heel and try it on before even closing up your toe, just to see how it fits on your, on your own heel. So yeah, it's, I think it's super cool. I haven't cast on the second one yet, which I'm a little bit nervous about.
Just cast it on tonight.
I know I have to cast it on tonight just so that it's done. But do you have any more of this?
No, it sold out. I didn't die. I think I had, when I dyed it, I probably dyed 8 to 10 skeins.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to dye more. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
From Mullins and Ash.
So yeah, so that's my whip number 2. I knit on this primarily on the drive up to Canada, and then when we were in the houses. But when we were out and about, I knit on either the sock or I started a hat, which I'll show you as well. But I don't know, for some reason this is just doing it for me. And then from a distance you can see the micro stripes and then these really cool larger stripes. Yeah, I think it looks nice too. You did a really good job with this.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting without being like and busy, but without being like, oh, that's gross. So
thanks.
I love it. Yeah. Congratulations on your not gross yarn.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. So next up is my Bumpy Cardigan by Max. So I cast this on I knit quite a bit on this beforehand. But here we are so far. So this is the kind of the cardigan version of the Moon Bumps shawl, or wrap rather.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the I-cord bumps that the Moon Bumps wrap has. And so I'm using, where's my yarn? Oh, where the heck did it go? Oh, I'm using Les Garçons, their British 4-ply DK in the colorway Louis Shade. And I'm using Spin Cycle. I'm really not organized from the trip still. I don't know what I did with all my tags. So here's one of the Spin Cycles. Wait, I have the other one here. Here's the other one. So you can see this one's very, very light, right?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of dark gray in there. And then this one was mainly dark gray, and it's getting a little bit light, but there's a lot of dark gray in there. So what I am going to do with this is I did a very light stripe here, and now I'm this actually looks pretty light as well.
But it's darker than this one.
Yeah, it's darker than this. So I want all darker shades on the body. And when I get to the sleeves, which I've separated for, I'm going to do the first bump on the sleeve with a dark color, and then I'm going to try to work in all the lights down the sleeves. I think it will just be I think it'll be fun, and it fits.
Just be careful.
Yeah, I don't have needle stoppers on. Oops.
See, I said be careful. And then Dawn, you gave her a lot of anxiety, and see, you should have put on needle stoppers. Do you want some needle stoppers?
No, that's okay. So it fits actually really well, and this cardigan is not meant to be like closed or buttoned or anything like that. There's supposed to be some space in between, like at your chest. So,
oh my gosh, Thornwing Crochet, did you leave already?
No, Thorn.
This has got to go.
Hi. So Thornwing Crochet, don't leave yet. All right,
did you go?
Here. So we got a package from Thornwing Crochet before we left.
Awesome.
You have the rest.
Yeah. So he dyes yarn. It's thornwingcrochet.com, and dyes yarn based on like. Oh, yay. Perfect.
Yes.
So we'll quick show it because I know you have to go. So this is, yeah, look how beautiful.
Yeah, it's 100% organic cotton.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Like, I don't know
It's
personally
really
a lot of
soft.
dyers that dye cotton.
Yeah. And cotton takes the dye differently.
Cotton does, and it's a different type of dye that you have to use with something like this. With a wool, you have to use one that is made for animal-based fibers.
Right.
You have to use a different dye for cotton because it's a plant fiber. So the process
says
is
it was
very
hard
different.
to find tutorials. Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's super, super cool.
So yeah, we each received 2 skeins of cotton yarn, beautifully dyed. Like, I think this one, we both have this one is the same. And then we each got a separate, like a second color.
Yes.
But yeah, very gorgeous. Thank you very much. We appreciate you sending this along to us.
Specializing in plant fibers so you can look your best during those long summers or any other time. Our inspirations include witchcraft, queer pride, goth style, and outer space.
Yeah,
Score.
I'm so excited for this sweater, y'all.
Yeah.
So it actually knits up pretty quick once you separate for sleeves. I did this whole section, like almost, 2-3 inches yesterday. I did this. So it knits up really fast now. So I'm excited. It will be my main focus. I'm always going to now, until Rhinebeck.
Wait, okay, now you can go. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry we rushed to that.
I'm going to do focus on one sweater at a time. Well, with the exception of that fingering weight one.
Yes.
So this will be my main focus. And then what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to grab like a languishing whip and have that as my second project.
It's absolutely great.
So super excited for this pattern and for it to be done.
And we have some needle stoppers that you can.
I just didn't put them back on because I was knitting on it last night. So
you have your foxes. They're in there.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think that's for me is all my whips.
I have one more, and this is really, I made quite a bit of progress on this. This is going to be the Oslo hat by Petite Knits. And this is knit out of the yarn that we got at Pick Up Every Stitch at local yarn shop day. It is Le Garçon. It was a special colorway for that shop, but I'm pretty sure.
Was it just for that day?
I think it was just for that day to see how it goes, but I think it's going to end up in their shop at some point.
Stop. We lie too often.
Are we lying? I don't know. We might be lying.
Don't lie to the
Was that part of the NDA? So anyway, it's called, it's their BFL Twist DK, and it's called Vincent in Atlantis. So with the Oslo, Kevin had knit one of these, and I actually saw an Oslo there while we were at Pick Up Every Stitch. So the yarn that I grabbed to bring with us to Montreal to knit on to start that hat was not supposed to be this yarn. It was really supposed to be Max's khaki. No, Max's camo. Because I liked how that looked in the Oslo. But I'm thrilled. God bless you. But I'm thrilled that this that this came with me, because this is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
And so the one that you saw was knit by Kim from Knit Together with Kim and Jana. Mm-hmm. She had made one with Max's camo, and she made the medium size.
Yes.
So that's what Ray's doing as well, because I made the large and I used the Maya Tibetan Cloud. Mm-hmm. And I did the large just based on my head circumference, and it was too big.
Yeah.
So I will be making another one. And go down a medium to a medium as well. So
the concept for this is it has a really long folded brim. So this is ready for me to pick up the stitches here, which I tried to do that last night, and I'm glad that it didn't work out, so that I can show you how the yarn actually looks. It's coming across a little washed out on the podcast. Our lighting is a little bit, but it's going to be like a folded brim like that. And then you knit a few and it kind of...
It ends up being a triple thickness
Yes,
brim once
for
it's
sure.
all said and done.
Mm-hmm. So, and I'm happy that I went with the medium.
Yes.
Or the woman size. They say medium or woman size in the pattern. Because I think that'll fit much better. Kevin's came out,
Mine came out huge.
Way too big.
Like way too big.
Yeah. So I love this. It's just knitting in the round and round and round and round we go. And that's pretty much all I've knit on.
Yeah, I mainly did
while we were there in Canada.
And some boxes have been assembled. Everything will ship early next week.
Yay.
Yes.
I don't know if you just joined us or not, but we saw a preview. We actually have
our boxes
here.
And
we cannot wait to show them.
Yes. All right.
They're beautiful.
So we are back on to our Knit City trip.
Where did we leave off?
So on Saturday was the first day of the
Knit City. Really good timing.
Yeah, man. Knit City Montreal marketplace. So Knit City Montreal, just like any other event, they had classes and things like that. We opted to just go to the marketplace.
Yeah.
So we went with Michael and Pablo, drove down into the city. We were about 20 minutes from there.
Can I say that I became an expert driver while we had the car? I was good. You said I was doing good. Did you just say that just to make me comfortable because you didn't want to drive? Michael, tell the truth. I'm so done with you. Damn it. I thought I was doing really well. Because driving in the city, city is a monster.
It was.
Montreal is made for the pedestrians and the bikes. It's not made for the cars.
No, you did. You drove really well.
Stop it. Don't patronize me now. It's too late.
No, I actually think it worked out well that you did the driving because I think you
although I did learn how to say
go ahead.
Je suis désolé quite often because I kept making some mistakes.
Every time he cut somebody off, he said
Je suis désolé. And then when we hit a stop sign, I say arrête.
Every time.
I had to remind myself, okay, that's a stop sign. The stop signs come out of nowhere. They literally come out of nowhere. They're hidden. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not drive in the city. So we went to Knit City Montreal and we shopped. And we met a bunch of you guys.
My God.
It was the energy level there was not what I expected. It was very high.
Huge. It was incredible.
We said it reminded us of Saturday at Rhinebeck, that energy, which I wasn't expecting. So it was at a Sheraton in Montreal, and it was in not a ballroom, like a banquet room.
Ginny says Montreal has 2 seasons, winter and construction.
Preach.
Totally true.
Yes.
Yeah, because the people were jumping out in the middle of the road. The lights were all funky. The walk sign, and they had bike signs, and then they had construction.
Everywhere.
I was doing like this.
Yeah. So Knit City in Montreal, there were, I think, just about 60 vendors, if I remember correctly.
It felt like so much more.
Yeah, it felt bigger than it was.
Yeah.
We had gone to Vogue Knitting Live in Manhattan, and that was on 2 floors. I think it had more vendors, but the energy level of Knit City Montreal was so much more than that, in our opinion.
Totally.
It was amazing. We got to see so many of you guys, and you walk away from these events and you walk away, number one, inspired.
Completely.
So inspired.
Yeah.
And then just so full, your heart's so full. It just does something. There's nothing like, I want to say, the fiber community. We kind of just we kind of take care of each other too in a weird way, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But so we went and we made some purchases, and we'll talk about those and who we got to see.
I don't even know where to start.
I don't know where to start. So I'm going to just grab my bag. Here's one of my purchases.
So this puts things into perspective. We did relatively well.
Kind of.
With our purchases. So everything that I bought fits in this bag.
Are you sure you're not lying again?
No.
Okay. Well, here, we're going to start with the first place we stopped at.
Okay.
And that was Ginger Snapback.
Yes.
So
they were lovely.
we didn't make any purchases though on Saturday from Ginger Snap That. So
I did.
I thought you got it all on.
No.
Okay, so we were very lucky, and they donated.
I made 2 very small purchases.
This spade kit for a giveaway. So we will be giving this away during the Let's Hear It for the Boys Mal, starting June 1st. So this will be one of the prizes. So we got to meet Ginger Snap, Kim, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't remember her husband's name, but that's Mr. Snap.
Mr. Snap That.
And they were just fantastic. They've donated before Ray purchased the s'more set.
Yeah, do you remember my socks?
And the bag that came with it. So it was very lovely to see them in person.
We heard that they're going to be doing that again this year. The bag's going to be slightly different. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, they're going to be releasing the same yarn set, but with a different bag. So that will be coming out soon-ish for them. Or shortly.
Sherry, don't you worry. The Knitting Posse was still on it. Even though they weren't there, they sent their minions to come and give us
So our friends.
And I say they're minions, but they're our friends too.
Yeah, Jill and Jenny were there,
lovely.
who we met at local yarn store day. We went out to lunch with them prior to going to pick up every stitch.
Right.
And they brought us some cookies to eat. So thank you, ladies.
Yes. We were also prepared, and we brought Kind bars with us and some like mixed like nuts.
Yeah, like a trail mix.
Yeah.
Type of
and
thing.
then Pablo
was
incredible.
And got us some paninis.
Correct.
So we saw Ginger Snap That.
Colin, duh. Thank you. That's Mr. Snap That.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
And yeah, so we saw Ginger Snap That, got that. You made some purchase that day?
Yes. So this is what I got from Ginger Snap. I've been obsessed with needle stoppers. I don't know why, but I got some iced coffee, which is
they're cute.
They're cute. And I also got Love is Love. So these are both needle stoppers. And I think that's all we got at their booth. Yeah.
And then one of...
I don't really remember when I bought things.
I don't either, so I'm just going to go... Oh, and then we met...
Those are all the giveaway. Those are all the gifts.
Okay. All right, so here's another booth that we stopped by that I bought. This is from day one. Oh, was Mayak.
Yes, so we saw Paula.
Paula from Mayak. And this is one of the new colors of theirs. This is on Mayak's Tibetan Cloud Base.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
So this is called Shaded Fern. And because I loved knitting with this so much the first time, and I love the feel of my Oslo hat, I decided to get this to make the new Oslo in the medium. And I had plenty left over of the other color that I had, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But this is 100% wool. It's sourced from Tibet. It comes from an ancient breed of sheep there. And if you haven't been to Mayak's site, I definitely recommend going to their site and reading their story and how they source their yarn and like the sustainable and ethical way that it's sourced.
Yeah.
It's just such a lovely base too. And Paula's just a lovely human.
Did we say hi to Fiber Hustle?
Fiber Hustle, we love you.
Aww, hello.
Yeah, love our Fiber Hustle friends.
We do.
I will say that's one of the things I miss the most about being away is I miss knit night a lot.
Yeah, we missed 2 knit nights.
And that's not like, I don't know the last time we missed 2 knit nights. And that's like, I'm really looking forward to Thursday and getting to chat with all our friends.
Yeah.
So, so I got some yarn from Maya.
The needle stoppers, Judy, to answer your question, was Ginger Snap That. They had a booth there.
Yeah.
So Kim, and it says Kim and Colin right on the freaking card. So
there we go. Good job.
Yeah.
Hello, Lucy and Jeff.
Oh, hello, friends. Oh, look, our knit night is here.
All right. Do you want to go next?
Sure. I think I bought these on Saturday.
Yes, you did.
One of the places we wanted to go. Oh yeah, because Friday night, while we were sitting and knitting with the boys,
yeah,
Max has one of these bags. I think it was Max that has the same the same bag. It's one of those bags where you can kind of like hold it, on your arm and knit. But it also has the snaps here too, which you can open up.
I am quite bummed I didn't get one. So the first time we saw it, and I was at Rhinebeck, Tracy had one.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, Tracy had a large one like that with the felted, and I didn't see any of the large ones felted like this.
No.
But that was the first time I had seen that in person, and it's so beautiful.
So it's Jezebel B. Pochette de tricot. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but it's a knitting bag, and it is. Oh, this was inspired by her grandmother. She was a redhead, and everybody called her La Rouge. She had a great influence in my life. She was the reason I get to live my passion, and is my way to pay her tribute. I didn't know that. I bought it anyway. So my whole purpose was just to get this bag. So then I'm there. Actually, I think it was Melissa from Stitches Be Slippin'.
Yeah, so
podcast. If you don't watch her, check her out. We'll have her link down below when we do end up putting in the show notes. So Melissa is wonderful. We ended up chatting with her for a little while.
And her friend Karen.
They were very lovely. Karen actually gave us you can show it.
Yeah, but going back to Melissa. So Melissa works for the yarn store, not a yarn store. No, the yarn brand, I'll say Polka Dot Creek.
Yes.
Who's also based out of Canada. And she has a fairly new podcast. I would say it started this year, called Stitches Be Slippin'. So it was really cute. She had recorded an episode like right before she had left. And then she commented on ours saying that she wanted to do like a podcaster photo, or if there was a meetup. And she's like, oh, they probably don't know who I am and all that stuff. And we replied back saying, of course we do. Like, we just watched your recent episode. We would love to see you. So, say hi. So it was really nice to meet her. And her friend Karen gave me a bonnet.
Yes.
For our Erlbacher sock machine when it comes in October. So thank you, Karen.
It was really, really sweet. It was lovely. Lovely. It was just so nice to like chat with people and like hug people. And we took a ton of pictures. Thank God for Michael. So Michael had the brilliant idea of creating a shared album. So anytime we took pictures or whatever, we were able to just upload it right to that album. And we have a ton of pictures now from the event, which is actually really, really cool. So anyway, the long story short, Melissa had this other bag from Jezebel B. And she said there were only a handful left, or there might have only been 2 left. And so we were kind of standing in front of her booth, just off to the side a little bit. And I'm in line and I see the bag and I'm like, yes, please. Plus it was 50% off. And plus our Canadian discount
of 25%
off. So I got a hell of a deal. And this is the bag that I got. It's absolutely gorgeous. This was actually the prototype. So it's similar, but I'm the only one that has this bag. Her other bags have 4 grommets here. This one only has the 2. So, but 50% off. It's also felted, leather handles. Inside is a leather pocket as well. It's full of my other stuff. Once I empty it out, I can kind of show you, but you can see it. There's a leather pocket right in here. And I was thrilled and it was the last one. So I'm sorry for any of you that wanted it, but
you got it.
I got it.
And then while we were there, I bought a bag. So this actually has everything I think that I bought. I bought this. It's canvas.
Yeah, it's
just a lovely bag. And you know what? So Ray's mom said today, it reminds us of a chip basket. It's the same kind of like shape, but made with canvas. So just a big beaut, and it was for Knit City Montreal 2023. So this was a Knit City Montreal 2023 bag.
Thank God I didn't know that, because I would have bought one myself too.
Yeah. So she had a bunch of different sizes in this, and she does other things than bags. A lot of beautiful products.
Oh, a ton.
So
yeah,
very happy with this purchase. And like I said, it's holding everything I bought, so it holds a ton.
Yes.
Who else? You know who else we saw? We got to see Jamie and Christopher from Cabin Boy Knits.
We did.
The bag maker is Jezebel B.
And one day we'll have that link down below.
Yeah. Again, we will be doing show notes later on this evening or tomorrow, so we'll be there. But yeah, Jezebel B, fantastic bags.
Yeah.
I think we chatted with her a little bit too. She's very, very lovely. We think like her son was in the booth helping out. It was just a really lovely setup there.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, you can definitely buy her stuff online or follow her on Instagram. She has some beautiful. We didn't get any because I really wanted the felted bags, but she has a lot of leather bags.
Yeah.
That are stunning. Like 100% leather. They're just stunning. And like some needle cases and different things. I think I don't really know when we bought things. So
here, I'm going to go with this because I think this is
Michael's fault.
Well, so Michael, I like enabling people. So I enabled Michael to buy something. And then because he did, I bought it. I think it justified me buying it.
Sure, you keep telling yourself that. I would have bought one as well.
So I bought a bag from Misnich.
It's kind of reverse. I can't read it.
It is a Harrisville tweed tote. And this one I loved because it had a solid interior. So a nice solid interior. The logo is on the inside, which I think is stunning to have that there. Leather handles. You got plenty of like pockets in here.
Yeah.
She was lovely too. Her booth was gorgeous. Like her bags
gorgeous.
Are just so well made and phenomenal. It has drawstrings, so it closes up. So we walked away from the booth and I was like, no, you know what? I have to go do this.
Yeah.
And I got this bag.
Yep. Yeah, it was a really cool booth. I was looking at them too, and the interior for me, I mean, it's everybody, it's whatever, everybody's cup of tea. But for me, there were like a lot of flowers inside.
Yeah.
And I know real men can, wear flowers. But for me, it wasn't the look that I was going for. So I'm happy because I ended up getting 2 bags. I did not need another bag.
Here, let's talk about these people next.
These people, Michael
can attest.
I think I just got this. So this is Rose Hill Yarns, and their booth was probably one of the most stunning booths. They really thought a lot about yarn placement and putting the colors together, because everywhere you looked on the display, the colors like next to them, they all worked together.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't just look at one skein and say, oh, that skein was beautiful. It was, oh my God, those all look gorgeous together. And Michael made friends with David, who is the husband
of Rose Hill.
Of Rose Hill Yarns. And he's a great salesman.
Woo!
Great
Let me
salesman.
tell you.
Yeah. So
I bought.
I'm gonna open this.
This is part of like a set. It's actually 5 colors. I only purchased 3. So this is on their fingering weight yarn, 75-25, 463 grams. No, 463 yards, 100 grams. So this is tree bark. This is called Night Sky. And then this is called Barn Owl. And there was a picture of the barn owl that they showed us, and why, like, it's called Barn Owl. And I love a picture and a yarn like story. So this is going to be some type of
like
shawl. And then I also bought a mini set. This is called Snow Mint Fade. These colors are just everything. I didn't want to buy a full fade set, but I just knew that these were lovely and they had to be taken home. So this is 75-25 as well, 92 yards and 20 grams.
Totally.
So this was my
So
Yarn
pretty.
Hill Yarns purchase.
From there, it's like you really like you wanted to put all those yarns together. And you all know that I'm not the best at, color theory or anything like that. And I'm also a sucker for a kit. So I saw these all together, and this is a fade that they put together that's called Cherry Chocolate Fade. And I thought that these are just so good. They're getting a little bit washed out, the lighter colors. This is it's more true a little bit back here. But
It's beautiful.
Cannot even.
I just highly recommend checking out their site because their colors are so good.
This one is called Shortcake. This one is called Waffles. I think I saw the name of Waffles. And I think I actually had Waffles in my hand and maybe another one of these. And then I saw them all together and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you had a couple in your hand and then you saw the set.
Yep, this is Vanilla Bean. This is getting washed out, but Vanilla Bean. This one, I believe, is Cherry Chip. Something. Brown
Jennifer, the dyer is Rose Hill Yarns.
And then this is called Double Chocolate. And then with their
so
powers combined.
May I see that?
So this is, yes, you can.
Please?
So again, this is Rose Hill Yarns. And they're out, I'm not sure where they're out of. Canada, I think.
They are definitely from Canada.
Yeah.
The depth in this one's beautiful.
So Angie said it would make a great Vertices Unite. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do the Lava Lake.
It would be beautiful Lava Lake.
Right?
Beautiful.
I think it'll be a beautiful Lava Lake. I don't know if it's 5 or 6 skeins, but even if it's 5, even if it's 6, I can do the 5. I think it'll be really nice. So yeah, I'll do the Lava Lake. I think that'll be really, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have tried the Magic Heel. It doesn't work so well for me. It doesn't fit so well.
And then another booth we really wanted to see that I was excited for was...
Wait, I got another thing from there too.
Oh.
Because I'm also a sucker for a story. Yep. So if you have a story to tell me about the yarn and where it comes from, I say, "Oh my God, that sounds great. I need to have it." And so, of course, they had a story. They just purchased some lambs, and the mother of the lambs, they got some of her fiber and spun it and dyed it, and this is called Jade, and this is from the mother of the lambs, and it is extremely rustic. It's a DK weight. It's 100% natural thin and Clune forest wool. Not quite sure what that is, but it feels very rustic. I think a hat would be really, really cool with this. But again, it was the story that got me, and I'll probably forget the story when I put this on the shelf. So I need to keep this out so that I can work up a quick little hat. Lava Lake is 5 colors. Score. Thank you so much. So that's what I'm going to do. Lava Lake will be for that one. And then I'll do a hat for this one. But the color is stunning. And I think that's all we got from there. But that was a lovely place. If you don't already follow them, please give them a follow. Check out their yarns, because honestly, their display and the thought that they put into all of that stuff was fantastic. Plus, they were so nice to us.
So nice. We even spoke with them the second day.
And that's when Dave kind of came right over to us. We had some struggles, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, I think this is my last purchase of Saturday. I wanted a sweaters quantity, and I was excited to see Sonder Yarn Co. because they were at Woolen Folk, but I didn't really get to spend a lot of time in the booth because they were so busy. And I knew I wanted another DK weight sweater.
Look at the messes on
And
the
I
floor.
wanted something that was sweatshirty like. So I've looked at a bunch of patterns and I have a bunch picked out, but I'm pretty confident I'm going to go with the Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Maid. And I got some of the Sonder Yarn Co. Sunday Morning DK, which is 75% BFL, 25% Asham. And this is in the colorway Personal Space. It's like a sagey green, but it almost leans a little more gray too. I will say it looks a little bit different in this light than what I remember, but I think it's a beautiful color. And I think it would be a really nice, oversized, comfy, sweatshirty sweater. So I got 6 skeins of this just in case. And they have a lot of colors, beautiful yarn. The booth was beautiful. I don't know if either one of us talked to Melissa. I don't think so.
I don't think that day we did.
Yeah, I don't think that day we did. So this was my last purchase of Saturday. And then Saturday, the rest of Saturday got interesting. So, Ray, is that everything you got Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. So Saturday got interesting, guys. After we left, we went to dinner, and I don't remember the place. I just know that we went to, bye, Michael. We went out to dinner as a group on Montreal, right? Kind of actually where we were going to be staying the rest of the trip.
Yeah.
So we went to dinner, and then we went back to our Airbnb around 10:30, and we woke up.
I think we went back to the Airbnb first.
Oh, we did. We needed a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
So we rested, hung out, and then we went out to dinner around like 7:30, 8 o'clock that evening.
Yeah.
Yes. What Le Garçon typed?
L'Entrepot?
Le
No idea.
Pot is where we went for
Je suis
dinner.
désolé.
It's actually a really popular place. They've changed a little bit since COVID, but prior to COVID, everything there was $5. So very popular. Now they have like normal pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Food was good. Actually, the burger was fantastic that I had. Drinks
I had
were
a delicious like fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Or grilled chicken sandwich, something.
Went to dinner, went back, and then woke up Sunday morning and my car was stolen.
Wow.
My car's fairly new. I got it in December. I have a Toyota Highlander, and I'm very lucky that it comes with a Toyota Connect app or something like that. And my car has a tracking device in it.
Yeah.
That came installed with it. It's not something I got personally. So when I woke up in the morning, I had a notification that showed at like 3 o'clock in the morning, my door was unlocked, which I knew it wasn't because I didn't have any notifications prior to that. So I rushed downstairs when I saw that and saw that the car was gone. And I checked the app, and the app showed that the car was taken at like 2:50 in the morning, and it's only driven for about 10 minutes, and it was parked at a particular location at just after 3 in the morning. So I called the cops immediately, told them where we were staying, and gave them the address of where it showed the car was at 3 o'clock in the morning. And they sent an officer to us and then 2 officers to the car. And they found the car, I kid you not, within like a half an hour of my phone call to them.
Within a half an hour of your phone call, they were at the Airbnb taking our statement and got the car and all that stuff.
And unfortunately, I don't know why, but I left my wallet in the car. So they also stole my wallet. Thankfully, I haven't seen any like fraudulent charges on there.
But immediately you canceled all of your cards.
I've canceled all of my
case.
cards. I actually just got them in the mail yesterday. So now I can actually buy stuff again. And yeah, so it was rough. It was very scary. They cloned my key fob and changed my key fob, the whatever in it, so I couldn't start my car. And they broke the dash open, and they also ripped down some of the back interior roof.
Where reverse camera is.
Yeah, where the rear view camera was.
They drilled into his
the driver's side
handle, so we can't open the outside door. And apparently this is a big problem in Montreal, especially like with Toyota Highlanders, Honda CRVs, and Jeeps. They target those vehicles specifically. We are extremely lucky that we got the car back. We think what happened is that they probably couldn't disable the tracking device.
Yeah.
Because usually when they take these cars, you never see them again. They drive to the ports and the cars are shipped overseas.
Yeah.
And you don't see them again. So we think that that's probably what happened. Thank God. It could have been so much worse. You know, the not knowing was really the hardest part. So, you know, we had to call a tow company. The police officer helped us mightily. I have to say that they were very nice. They really, the lady, it was a lady police officer who came to us to get our statement. She offered to drive us to the vehicle. And when we got there, there were two other officers there that were looking, you know, in the cars, or in our car to kind of help us out. They ended up leaving, but she ended up staying with us until Kevin called. She offered to stay to wait while he talked to the insurance company. She helped us pick a Toyota dealership to have the car towed to that was close to our second Airbnb, because Michael and Pablo had to leave on Monday. So Kevin and I had already booked a second Airbnb on Montreal. So they were able to, so she was lovely. She called the towing company for us. We waited by the car, shaken, obviously. It was really scary. And it's like, what the hell do we do?
Yeah. I've never been so like unsettled.
Yeah.
And not knowing what to do. But like Ray said, the police officer and the tow truck driver were both so incredibly
He says,
helpful.
I blame the knitting posse. They're full of pranks.
And
so when the towing Emily is her name, she came and she was a rock star. I want to give a shout out to Emily. I know you have no idea who we are. Or she was so empathetic to our situation. She offered to drive us back to the Airbnb, not charge us, and then bring the car to the dealership. Yeah. Which Monday, and now this was on Sunday morning. Monday was a holiday there, Victoria Day, so everywhere was closed. So of course, we weren't going to be able to do anything until Tuesday. Yeah. But her and I, we've been texting. Sorry everything happened. It was just, she's lovely. Emily, what's the name of the towing company? Because if all of you in Canada, write a letter for us, because we can't write in French. But she's from,
check the receipt.
Okay. We don't even, I don't know. This is so weird. Is this weird? But I don't care, because she needs a needs a shout out. She needs fantastic. A raise.
She was just, it would, like, the thing is that it was such a crappy experience, but everything else outside of that.
Car Pro.
Remorquag. Sue, there was no yarn in the car. Well, there was some yarn in the car. The stuff that we showed from Thornwing Crochet, that was the only yarn in the car.
And so that's why we think it was not a master job, but a professional job. Yeah. Because we had sunglasses in the car. We had that yarn, that package that was still sealed.
Yeah, we picked it up the morning we left.
Yeah, everything was still in there. We had quarters.
Like just change for tolls in there. Nothing else was stolen except the wallet.
Yeah. So anyway, she from CarPro, Emily, Emile.
Fantastic.
If all of our Canadian friends, perfect. So that means towing. So CarPro, KAR-PRO.
Yeah.
So any of our Canadian friends want to reach out to them on our behalf and thank them, please do so. They were absolutely, she's absolutely incredible. And she checked in on with us yesterday. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, I'm really
5
impressed.
stars.
5
for
stars.
them. So then Sunday we went back to Knit City.
Yeah, because we were like, what the
We
hell?
were like,
else
what
do
are we
do?
gonna do? So we like took some time to like compose myself. I did kind of lose it when we got back to the Airbnb. I needed some time up on the roof and talking to my mom.
It was a rooftop deck.
It was a rooftop deck.
It wasn't like
Yeah, I
Kevin
wasn't
climbed up to the roof.
No, I just needed some time. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah. And then we went back to Knit City late afternoon. We were only there from like 1:30 to 4. And it was nice because it was much slower pace, less people at that point.
That's when we really spent some time chatting.
Yeah, we chatted
with everyone.
Yeah, we chatted with Christopher and Jamie again from Cabin Boy Knits, and I think I showed this.
Well, really, Jamie, I think Christopher was
shopping.
allowed shopping at that point.
That's when I bought this yarn from them, the merino, Peruvian Highland wool, and the nylon that's marled. So I got that there.
I don't think you showed that yet, did you?
I don't know, but I got that on that day, and then I made one more purchase from Sonder.
So we kept like hovering around that booth. They were so busy, and we saw this base Saturday actually.
Yeah.
And just thought it was. I was so excited to try this base.
The base was bought specifically. In the previous episode, I'd asked for some feedback on like a men's summer cardigan.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that actually stuck out is Kate sent me a message. I want to say it's in this group. And it's a pattern by Brooklyn Tweed. It's fairly new.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that actually looks like a really great cardigan. So it was on my list of patterns that I wanted to buy for. I don't know where the message is actually. Let's see if it's in this. Yes. So it is called the Ash Fork cardigan. Here's the pattern. Here's a picture of it. Actually there.
It's super cool.
It's kind of cropped, but I don't plan on doing a cropped version of it.
Right.
And we were looking for yarn. We saw this base that we're going to show at Sonder Yarn Co. And we wanted to know if they had it in DK, and they didn't.
But it's their Muse base. It's 90% merino and 10% linen.
But what they did do is they had another garment knit out of this at the same gauge as the sweater. And it made a really, really lovely fabric.
Yeah.
So we both got enough to knit the cardigan at the recommended gauge with a smaller sized yarn, a smaller weight yarn, and enough to make it so it's not as cropped of a version.
Yeah, because we felt a sample that was knit in I think it was a 24 stitch gauge.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Stitch gauge. It felt really nice.
And this is the colorway Fen. So it's a very it's like a goldy browny green. I don't know what it is, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah. This one is called Tadoussac. I have no idea. Is that French? Can you see it? Looks like it's a little bit blurry, but it's a beautiful like strawberry color.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
And I'm gonna try getting out of my like neutral comfort zone. And I think this would make a really beautiful like throw on cardigan. I may not do the buttons on that cardigan.
Okay.
I will definitely and do this probably at a looser gauge just to be like a throw on. I think this would be so much fun, like with shorts and like a neutral
t-shirt.
Fun t-shirt underneath and just throw that on like in the summertime. I think it'll be really, really cool. So, and I love the little flex in there. The yarn is so soft, and then feeling it
in the fabric,
like the knitted fabric is coastal town. Oh, it's a beautiful coastal town. Oh, this reminds me of like the coast.
Yeah.
How is my pronunciation? Can you spell out the pronunciation?
Oh, geez.
Tadoussac? I don't know. Anyway, love it. And I was yeah. And then the last. Are you done?
That's all my purchases.
So I made one more pass through Ginger Snap that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's you follow these companies, especially like the Canadian dyers and like it was so cool to see all these Canadian dyers that like we wouldn't see in our yarn shops, even like, you know, though we have different ones. Tadoussac. I was close. I was close. Maybe there's a person at our front door.
Mailman.
A mailman. Anyway, so it was great to see all of the yarns there. So I wanted to try out, they have a really cool pixel base.
Yeah.
And so when it's knit up, it really looks like it's pixelated.
Yeah.
Like old 8-bit, you know,
video
games, which is really cool. So they had a sock set here. Who's leaving?
Hi, Kate.
Oh, hi, Kate. So I got this. I think this is going to make super fun socks.
Yeah, what was really fun, I don't know, I may have missed it. They had all the samples of all the pixelated. So you got to see how it knit up in socks, but also like a sweater, the yoke of a sweater.
Yeah.
It's just
gorgeous in the yoke of a sweater.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I bought this one specifically for socks. So this, you know, it comes with the minis. I guess, I mean, don't necessarily have to, but
I would.
Yeah, I'm going to. And so I love that. We got our Canadian discount or American discount, which was great. Then I also got, they had done some inspiration. They got some inspiration from the TV show Wednesday, which we loved. And so this is Boy or Monster.
Monster.
I think it's so cool. And then this one I thought was so cool. They had the zebra, these zebra yarns there. Look at the colors. The colors are absolutely stunning. I don't have a project in mind for this, but the inspiration for this one, for this colorway, comes from the window. Is that not stunning?
They did a really good job. Yeah, so that's the window in Wednesday's
their dorm room or whatever it is. Yeah. So I just had to have it. It's called She is Sunshine, I Am Midnight Rain. It's blacklight reactive. I mean, maybe we'll have to buy a blacklight and go dancing. But this is on their twist fingering zebra. It's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. It's super soft. But I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, the inspiration I thought was really good behind it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we purchased, but we did get some gifts while we were there. So first one is...
It's so fun. I'm all about the colors right now.
I know. So Caroline, who is the poutine queen.
Poutine queen.
She gave us a package.
Do you have all? Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
That had some gifts in it. And
let's go in these first.
Okay.
So she had 2 bags for us in here. They're like zombie themed.
Yep.
Which I thought was super cool.
So mine is brains.
And mine are all these like zombies all around. At least that's what I don't know. Are we taking them? Oh, look, you can put a little card or something in here.
Yeah.
That's fun. This one has a zipper with a little skull on it.
Yeah, and here's the inside of the bag.
You all don't have to get us things. It's just...
It's so kind of...
I couldn't believe it. Although, she did tell us where to get good poutine, which we'll talk about.
Yes.
And it was fabulous. It was exactly the same place that Max and Vincent wanted to
recommend
us to go to.
Yep.
So these were cute. Now, but now these...
And then she had totes made for us.
Wait, what else is in here?
That's some other stuff.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
In these.
Yeah.
I took everything out.
Oh yeah, she had a beautiful card for us. And like on the not small chance because you know we were going to be there, but on the chance that you were going to run into us, like this it made our hearts just melt. Like
so then she gave me this one.
I almost started crying.
Real Men Wear Flowers.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? And then mine.
Yours is hilarious. Like, hysterical.
I've got a very nice 9-inch circular. You filthy humans. Is that not the best? we sent you a thank you. I don't know if you're still on. You were on earlier, but honestly, like this was beautiful.
So fun.
So good. Like how good is this? Yeah. So that was from her. Thank you so much. You guys really don't have to get us things, but just for you to think about us like that, I think I can't even.
And then wait, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
On the first day we were there, we ran into a husband and wife, and the wife said, "Hey, can we get a picture? My husband's a fan of you guys." And we said, "Absolutely." And then we ran into him again later. I know I took a screenshot. And he came back and he gave us a gift. Where's my screenshot? Oh, here it is.
My phone is acting very, very weird.
So on the Instas, he's Edmolulu.
Yeah.
Right?
So Lewis is his name.
And we chose some self-striping yarn.
So he gave us like
some yarn and a Knit City pin.
And I got, thanks. I got yarn as well. This is in French, and it's difficult French. So I'm not gonna say it. I think it's Écharpe du Sorcier.
Oh wow, you're fancy.
Thanks. And then I got a Knit City tape measure.
And Caroline said she made the bags the night before.
Are you kidding?
The totes. Thank you,
Caroline.
Thank you.
Oh my god!
Like literally, and we opened them when we got back to the place that night.
Yeah.
Or the next day because car theft and all that stuff.
Car theft.
But you all are so nice. And then we.
So this is Lewis.
Yes.
And us, and Michael. He was so sweet.
And then I don't remember who this was from. I know that we talked to her a couple times.
Also got a Cabin Boy Knits pin.
Oh yes, Cabin Boy Knits pin.
Yeah.
Ray, is that the colorway that they typed in, like our song?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
The wizard's hat.
Oh my gosh, yes. My pronunciation was probably shite, yeah?
Shite?
I don't think it was chapeau.
And then a nice viewer stopped us and just was like, here, you guys do giveaways and do nice things for people. We just wanted to give you something. And we got some stitch markers.
Yeah. It's Écharpe. Écharpe. Echarpe. Du Sorcier. Something like that. You probably can't see it because it's very blurry.
We did not get to meet Shireen and Tito from Blue Brick. I know that we saw them. I did get to meet or chat with her briefly. Jolynn from Little Red Mitten and Leo and Roxy.
Yeah.
I didn't make any purchase. What's really hard about these events is you want to like buy stuff from everybody. And obviously we can't, and I would love to. But yeah, and then we just got some nice little stitch markers.
Super cool.
So thank you. They have smiley faces and a gummy bear.
They do. We passed out pins and stickers and stuff, and we just couldn't keep up. You all were... I know. It was so incredible to meet you all and to chat with you all. And this is why we get so distracted and we don't take pictures. It's because we get so caught up in the moment with hugs and stuff. And I wouldn't change that
to
take
at all.
Pictures. So again, we'll put this out there. If you ever see us at an event, please come and say hello. Please give us a hug if you're into that. I'm totally into hugs. But yeah, it was really inspiring.
It was an amazing time.
Yeah. And then that day, Sunday, we
went to a beer festival afterwards.
Yes.
Just
it was like right across the street
with Max and Michael, and then Tanya, Max's cousin Tanya, was working. And it was pretty close to it, within walking distance. We went and we spent a couple hours there, just sitting outside amongst a ton of people, enjoying some adult beverages. And then we went.
Highly recommend combining a beer festival and a
yarn event. Fantastic way. So all of the yarn event organizers, please get on that. It would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Then we went back to the house, and you, Michael, and I just spent the rest of the night hanging out, chatting, and watching some podcasts and knitting. And it was a really lovely way to end our experience together.
We were kind of joking though, because that day right after Knit City, before we went to the beer festival, we stopped at McDonald's. And so we had McDonald's. And then that night we wanted to do a boys' night in, Kevin, Michael, and myself. It's so funny because your middle name is Michael.
I know.
And so we went to the grocery store that was close by and got some frozen pizzas that did not go well at all.
It did not.
Not at all. The pizza fell through the oven. There was smoke everywhere. Whatever, it was fine. So we ended up ordering Domino's, and we joked that like, here we are in Canada and we're eating McDonald's and Domino's.
Yep.
But
it was a beautiful way to end that portion of the trip. And then Monday, Michael and Pablo left.
Sad.
Max and Vincent were gracious enough to allow us to keep our bags at their place, and because we did not have a car,
right,
so we had no place to store all of our stuff, and
we couldn't get in early
to the Airbnb. So we checked out at 11 and we had a 3:00 check-in. So we had this 4-hour block of time where we had no place to keep our stuff.
Yeah.
We went to the car dealership, just made sure it was there. And then Monday we celebrated Tanya's birthday, which was just a fantastic evening. And we met Lola, Lola's cute.
Oh yeah. Lola is adorable. The first night we went over there, Lola cuddled next to me. I pet her like crazy. Then she hated me by the end of the night, but it's okay. The next time we saw her, she was cool.
Yeah.
Like we were all cool.
But we just had a lot of laughs and talked and ate and had some, again, adult beverages and
the best tacos, I feel like.
Really good tacos.
Vincent cooked.
Yes. And what else?
Because he's you.
Yeah, I am. Yes, absolutely.
The
similarities are crazy.
I mean, at one point I had you here and Vincent here, and you're both like talking to me, and I felt extremely judged and overwhelmed, I had to say. And
he was like, I can't take you both.
I couldn't handle them both at the same time. I couldn't do it.
The tacos were so good. They were pork taco. I tried cilantro for the first time, which I enjoyed. It does not taste like soap to me,
no.
But the tacos had like pineapple. The seasoning was fantastic. I'm going to make them at some point.
And they were corn tacos, like corn
soft tacos.
Soft, yeah, it was
corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas. Everything was was stunning.
Yeah, we just had an amazing time. Max.
Yeah, Max.
He said, "I
totally." It was very difficult with them right there upstairs.
They were air fried.
And we had margaritas. Yes. No margarita mix. They were. It was fresh.
They were fresh margaritas. It was just a lovely evening with friends. It really was.
Tanya brought us some beer.
Yeah, it's in our fridge.
We're gonna probably do that at our next
tasting
Needles After Dark. It was a beer from her brewery.
Yeah. Tuesday was a rough day for me.
Yeah.
We still hadn't heard about the car. It was just kind of like, that's when we went and they said, we're going to try to fix your key fob. If not, it's the computer. And that was going to be like $4,000 to fix.
Yeah.
And could have taken a lot more time. So we just waited. Tuesday was that like anxiety. I had a knot in my stomach all day, Tuesday and Wednesday, pretty much. And I called late Tuesday and didn't hear from them. We walked through Montreal.
Yeah, I was let's get out. Let's go for a walk. We were right by. Oh, we missed our poutine.
Oh, on Monday we went for poutine.
La Banquise.
I had a bacon poutine.
I had bacon and pepperoni
and onions.
It was so cool. Like, this was a place, obviously the place to be. Sure. There were two lines, one for takeout and one for like eating inside, and they were both outside the building. Like,
yeah, pretty long lines.
Yeah.
On Monday.
So we sat outside, and there were so many different kinds that you can get. And I don't know why I didn't think of this. Like, it's so silly. Like, it's not just, fries, gravy and cheese curds.
There's other stuff.
Yeah.
So the best way I can explain it, if you're here in the US, our version of it is just cheese fries and gravy, but without the normal cheese. It has cheese curds, but then there's a bunch of other toppings you can get. Like, you get everything that you would put on tacos on it, like guacamole and sour cream. But Caroline had recommended that one to us. Yes. Max and Vincent recommended it. We were able to walk there. It's by, what's the park?
Fun.
La Fontaine.
Fontaine?
La
The
Fontaine.
fountain?
La Fontaine Park.
Yeah.
And then that's where Ray and I walked through on Tuesday while we're
Yeah.
waiting to hear back from the Toyota dealership in
It's a beautiful
Montreal.
park. It was a beautiful day. We lucked out a lot with the weather. So there's like a river or stream that kind of goes through there, and then so we saw like the ducks and the fish and La Fontaine. And
Yeah,
it was
La Fontaine.
so cool.
Yeah.
Just to be outside. So we were out for about an hour and a half or so. And then we came back, we knit.
I called the Toyota dealership to get an update, and I never heard from them. So we went out to dinner. We knew that if the car was ready to leave the next day, we were going to leave a day early. So we went out to dinner back to Boswell's, hung out.
We went back to Boswell's again, which was nice.
Yeah.
We got our usual table. The boys met us out, and
we were all exhausted. There had been a lot of it had been a busy
late
week. Late nights, adult beverages, so much fun. And then Wednesday we left.
We stopped and we got churros.
We got some churros on the way back.
The street that we were on, Montreal, they close it down. I think Kevin had mentioned it. They close it down. It's just like pedestrian traffic. It's like the main strip. There are so many restaurants and storefronts and cute
bars.
little, very unique and interesting and
a great neighborhood.
Totally. And this place was just like a window front where you get these churros, and he made them right in front of you. It was great. They were delicious.
They were.
So we did that, and we were luckily our Airbnb was right on that road. So it was very close to everything. And then we wanted to get bagels because we were above
a bagel place. I don't recall the name. But we were above a bagel place that's apparently pretty popular, and it carries Montreal style bagels. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to get that. So Tuesday we did the churros, went back to the Airbnb, and then Wednesday we decided to leave a day early. It was raining
because the car was ready. We finally got the word.
The car was ready. They were able to fix my key fob slightly. They didn't fix anything else because that's going to be handled here. But we just needed it drivable. And we had to make 2 trips to the car with our luggage.
Oh, Sans Voiture.
Sans Voiture bagels. And
Sans Viator.
We got our bagels that morning. We said goodbye to Max and Vincent's, picked up our collab boxes, and then we were off. And we stayed in Vermont at a hotel. And then on Thursday, we hung out with Michelle from Wollensanash. And we got to wine yarn and dye yarn and have lunch. And what was cool about this experience is that I got to spend time with 2 yarn dyers and talk to them and pick their brains a little bit and hear about their process. And really realize that we all have our own way of doing things. And it's kind of with anything. There's no right or wrong way.
No.
There's things you have to kind of follow when you dye yarn. But your method is your method. And and that's fine. I will say doing self-striping yarn is a process. We have 6 skeins coming to us with 4 stripes that I picked the colors for, and I won't reveal the name until we have them.
Yeah, it's so good.
Michelle came up with the name.
Yeah, so we're going to give away 3 of those skeins of yarn
on
an upcoming podcast.
Because we're going to keep 2 and give your mom 1.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel like
that was pretty much our trip in a nutshell. I mean, obviously we might have done some other things here or there.
Yeah.
We did not have smoked meat.
No.
We did have a piece of Vincent's. He got the smoked meat in his poutine. I'm okay with not having that.
Yeah. We said is we were okay with leaving a day early because we don't feel like we missed out on anything.
No.
Right? We feel like we got the experience that we were hoping to get. I would highly recommend if you've never been to Montreal, go. It's such a beautiful city.
Yeah. Our place will be ready in July.
Yeah. I enjoyed our trip tremendously.
Yes.
It was great to get away. There was some stress, but all in all, it just worked out. It was
Did I really just say that?
You did. I couldn't speak I don't know. I loved it. I loved everything with it.
Me too. Me too. Like we had quite the adventure.
We did.
We really did have quite the adventure. I mean, when we even walking in the pouring rain, like by the time we wanted to say goodbye to Max and Vincent when we had to pick up the car. So we walked from our place to the car to drop off some of our stuff, and it was raining, but it wasn't
pouring.
It wasn't. Oh, it was okay. And then once we left the car dealership to go to Max and Vincent's, torrential rain. And so like I felt like we got to their place, rang the bell, and just like dripping. And they gave us towels, thank God, and an umbrella. They really took good care of us.
Yeah.
And we could not be more grateful. We had such a great time.
And
all of you.
Thank you. That's where I was going to go.
I really, Kevin and I want to spend some time and I'm trying not to cry, but
I know.
Again, just to say thank you, because when we posted on Instagram, the trouble that we were having in a picture of Kevin's car kind of getting on the flatbed and not really thinking much of it, but just, sharing like what our experience is. And Sunday when we got to the festival, the number of you whom some we've already spoken to or whatever that came up to us to give us a hug and to apologize on behalf of the entire country. But we had people reaching out to us that offered to lend us their car for the day that were in Canada, to come up and pick us up if we couldn't get home, to drive from the States into Canada.
Felicia and Karen offered to drive us home. We had people offer to drive us around the city if we needed to. Like, we had so many people reach out and offer their help and assistance if we needed it, that I don't want to say that I'm surprised, because I'm never surprised by this community.
Yeah.
But it was just so heartwarming and touching, like, to know that we found our people. We were okay. Like, we were okay, and it was all going to be okay.
Yeah.
And if we couldn't figure it out, we knew that we had the support to help us figure it out. So to all of you, thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly,
it took some weight off of us for that portion of the trip.
Yeah. And it just, again, like, this community, the people that we surround ourselves with, all of you, like, when we meet you in person and we have these conversations all the time, especially when we hear like, I'm starstruck right now, or something equally, silly to us. It's like, but we feel like we're your friend, you're our friends too. Like, it's okay. And then to, it was just incredible.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much. Really. We had honestly a trip to remember. It was an amazing adventure that we did have.
Yeah.
So
I think, should we wrap this up?
I think so. We have two other things to show. I'll show them really quickly. These were not purchased.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were going to like shut something off. These were not purchased while we were there in Canada. They just happened to arrive while we were away. Actually, we did pick this one up while we were in Canada instead of having it shipped. And we can show it because Max and Vincent showed it on their podcast. This is the third and last installment of the Mysterious Sea Club. If you haven't gotten yours yet, I'm just going to show it. So do what you want to do. If you want to hide or whatever, you totally could. This is the Mysterious Jellyfish.
No, octopus, right?
Nope, jellyfish.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, purple, duh.
Yeah. It is, here's the little pin that comes with it. And sticker. Look how cute the little eyes are. And all the minis are blue, which was really cool. And I don't know if we caught on to that the last time. I think we knew about it. But they all the minis are some shade of blue. And it is just so pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah, I wish we had the other ones to show them all together, but alas, we do not. They do such a great job. And they, as of yesterday, or as of the other day, they still had some of their next club, which is the Mysterious Island. Mysterious Island?
Yeah.
They had a few of those left. I'm not quite sure if they still do or not, but they had mentioned it on the podcast the other day that they did. So go over to their site right now, and
it does show that there's a few left. It
okay,
still shows
Mysterious Tropics. The Mysterious Tropics is next. There's a flamingo in there. There's a frog, and I don't know. There's something else. The artwork is super cute, and it's perfect for the summer. So if you haven't, go snag it.
And some birds.
And some birds. Go for the Tropics box right now. Boutique Les Garçons. You can find them there. I was going to say we'll have them linked down below, but I don't know when our show notes are going to come up. Then we also are part of the Michelle's, the Woolens and Nosh Mystery Club. So this was waiting for us when we got home. Everybody should have theirs now.
If not, look away. And
if not, look away.
3,
Michelle usually posts something,
2,
but she didn't.
1.
Isn't that so good? This is also pretty summery.
Yeah.
The colorway is called Pinwheels and Popcorn.
Oh, I get it.
Do you get it? Isn't it so good?
Yeah.
So this is on her Targi base. We opted for the fingering. She has a fingering or a DK version. And Kevin and I, what we've been doing is each month we've been alternating. So this one's going to be mine.
Yeah.
This will be a pair of socks. I think I'm going to do a really fun, textured sock.
Oh, nice.
On this. Yeah. So this is called, again, May 2023 Yarn Club. And I think
that is it. It's actually shorter than a podcast.
Mic drop.
That's because we barely knit.
We barely knit.
Oh, you know what? Before we all go, what I'm going to recommend, I just finished reading a book when we got back that I've been reading for a week. If you like high fantasy books, that genre, go pick up The Fourth Wing.
Oh, yeah. You really love this.
Like, it's a long book. It has magic and dragons, and it has a war college, basically is what they call it. And it is going to be, as far as I know right now, it's going to be 2 books. It's by Rebecca Yarros, Yarros. Highly recommend it. I loved everything about the book. That's all I'm going to say. You could read the description and read some of the reviews. The reviews are what sold me on it.
Yeah.
But highly recommend. Go read it. And that's all I have.
Good.
So
I finished some books, but I'm not quite sure. We'll talk about that at the next podcast.
Yeah. We'll go back to normal format.
To reading and watching and all of those things.
So,
so I think that's all I have.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think so too. Does anybody have a question or anything that they want to chat before we head out? I'd say we have 8 minutes left. We can have this as a round 2-hour
podcast
episode. And then we're going to go have a nice late lunch, early dinner.
Yeah.
Justine said there are 2 Tropic sets left.
Yeah, we're going to walk to dinner. We're going to continue our Montreal experience, and we're going to walk.
Y'all, there was a lot of walking.
There was. We're going to walk to the restaurant, eat, and we'll walk home from the restaurant.
Yes.
When is taco night? I don't know. We need to figure that out.
We definitely do. Because we also need to do the heels. We have to have a cut-in party.
I know. Will Kevin be? No, I give
self-stripers
a lot of credit because it's a lot of work. Like, the prep for dyeing self-striping yarn is so much more than like the yarn I would typically dye.
Yeah.
The dyeing process is a little bit different. The setup for it, it's so cool and interesting to see.
Oh, Aaron says a virtual taco night.
Oh,
that sounds totally cool.
Do that.
Yeah.
Where's your next trip? Our next trip is to Rhinebeck. We're really, I'm kind of excited that we have 5 months before anything else is coming up. But Montreal's or not Montreal, Rhinebeck is our next trip.
Knit City will be in Toronto next year. So we're pretty close to thinking that we'll be going to that. But we also want to make it onto the West Coast at some point.
So we have to figure that out too.
So thanks, Beth. Yeah, it's finished. Woo. Knit City, Toronto next year. Helen, don't be sad. Toronto's a beautiful city.
From what we understand, it's rotating.
Yeah, it's going to alternate back and forth
between Toronto and Montreal.
Yep.
All
right.
Yeah. So, and then Kate or Kim, I think it's still Kate. We have to pick something to decide a date either you're leaving next week. So we'll have to pick up something, I think, after you get back.
Do you guys want to do lunch on Monday? Hit us up.
Yeah, Ray has to drive.
Yeah, SSK is there, but it's hard now because with school too, I have to look at with school. It's hard for me, to take all this time off because school just started back up again.
Yeah.
It's funny because last week was the first week of classes and we were in Montreal. Luckily, I was able to get the majority of my school stuff done yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a couple more assignments that I still need to do by tomorrow. So we'll see. Anyway.
All right. So I think that's
Kim's
good.
in Utah. Maybe we'll go to Utah on Monday. All right. I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank
you,
everybody.
See that there's a knit weekend retreat coming up in Connecticut?
No.
Renting out an island.
What?
Can you email us the information?
Can you send us that information? Yeah. That'd be fun to see. Here we go. Making plans.
Well, I didn't commit to anything. Just send us some information.
You've already committed in your head. I know.
I didn't. We committed to something pretty big though. So we'll.
Well, yeah. That is way down the road, we think. Mm-hmm. So thank you everybody for joining us.
The second T in Toronto is silent if you come. Toronto. Let's go to Toronto. All right, I think that's it. Are you going to the tasting live with Taylor? What tasting?
Oh, do the tasting live with Taylor. Taylor from.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
That would be.
We haven't gotten our box yet.
No.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We are going to end it here.
Yes.
And I'm really glad that you all came out at our last minute. This morning, we made the decision that we were going to go live. Yeah. So this is fantastic. Just a reminder: get your finished objects done for the clean it up now.
Spring cleaning now. And then the Let's Hear It for the Boys
will start June
1st.
We'll have more details on the next podcast.
For sure.
And I think that's it.
All right. Thank you.
We love you.
Hope you guys have a good 2 weeks, and we will see you in a fortnight.
Bye.
Bye.